How's it going? Cody Officia here, uh, LRI teacher here at Edison High School in the SAC department. Uh, just a little backstory on me. Product of Ocean View High School. I ended up going to play football and graduate from the University of Hawaii, and spent 3 years chasing the NFL. Didn't work out for me. Hung up the cleats on my own terms, and yeah, I kind of went through a time of I didn't know what to do from there. Without football, I didn't really know who I was. I ended up going into substitute teaching with the district. Uh, I had no intention of being a teacher at the time. It even took me a long time to even step foot in the SAC department, the special education realm. And I'm very thankful I did. I ended up taking a job because the secretary needed some help, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. And it's funny, the first class I ever subbed in the SAC department at Edison is the class I have now, which is crazy. Some of the students that I had met, 7 years ago, are mine now. And so it's been quite the journey, quite the circle back, and here we are. And I'm loving it. I think it's where I'm supposed to be. It feels right to me. And so the biggest tool that have used this year, aside from, which I'll throw up right here, is the schedule that I have on a board. It lays everything out, has QR codes so my staff can access student data. They can input student data, which actually now I will lead us to my Google Sheets. Okay, so each student has a folder just like this. Okay, and each of them have their form and their sheet with the data on it. So when they go to the form, it looks like this. They put their name in, they have to input for a certain goal, and it takes you to the goal. They can enter how the trial went, how many prompts it took on that trial, any comments, and if they need to submit another goal. If they do, it sends them back to the first page. If they don't, it sends them to the submit page. And what I get on my end is this whole mess of crazy looking raw data. So definitely a lot of work at first, but I organized it into an analysis sheet to where it separates it all, so it's easier to read and pull from. And so I did the next step of that is I broke it down per goal. I wanted to create something where I can, display information to not only my staff and see it myself, but also parents. So I won't show parents this entire page, but I show them this part here. This is what we're measuring here: successful trials by week. This is a goal measured over a 4-week period, so we can look at 2, 3, 4, and it'll be 6 from here because I think that was spring break. And this is for me for like a later IEP development, and what are we looking at for next IEP? And I have them all grouped by weeks, so that, like I said, it's by a 4-week period. So it pulls all the dates from here, and it measures them into a certain week starting from the day of the most recent IEP. This has been an extremely helpful tool for me. Extremely detailed, but extremely efficient. I work with my staff to try to make it better every day. I think if this is like my 4th version of this, just from basically talking to my staff. And this is also a good tool that I can sit with my staff, bi-weekly, monthly, just so we can take a look at students' progress or lack thereof and see what we can do to implement certain strategies, take some things out, just to set up the student for success. I think the more communication there is between staff members and myself, the better we can, provide for the student and make sure we're doing what we can to help them progress. So yeah, each of my students has that, whether it's 5 goals to 8 goals. It does get a little crazy at times, but after each sheet gets kind of dialed in, it's something I just need to keep referring back to. I can show my staff, I can talk to them about it, and it's good to show those types of things to a parent, like the graph, so they can make sense of all the word and verbiage that gets thrown around, to really clear things up and create a more understanding on the for both ends, for both parties. So yeah, this was quite the project that I kind of put on through this whole year with induction, and It was extremely beneficial for me, especially all the help I've gotten from Donald, from Kendra, helping me, from developing my schedule, which you saw, to developing my sheets, to just developing overall as a professional educator. And I'm looking forward to the years to come.